Let this be a good day because I'm cleaning the coop right now. I'm taking a break to talk about the solar setup we have going on here. Um, right now, currently, we have a 100 watt and a 125 watt solar panel. It's not really enough. They're the Canadian Tire brand. I think their efficiency is like half of what they're rated for. So I'm looking into getting a couple of better, bigger panels. It was sufficient for the little coop before we did the upgrades, but like the addition to the coop. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Don't step on each other. So, I have a bunch of solar LEDs out here. They're actually automotive LEDs, 12 volt. There's one there. There's one there. There's one here. And there's one there. So those come on. I haven't finished covering my wiring. Those come on in the morning around 10 to 6. They're all wired up to a timer here. So that I get this timer off Amazon, and so they're scheduled to come on at 5:55 a.m. They stay on until 8:06. It's on an auto timer. You can also manually turn them on if you like. So you can see they're on. It's actually quite bright in here. So I'll just turn that back to manual. I also have a set of clear LEDs and 2 sets of red LEDs. Keep red lights on for them at night. I also have this large light here. I'm cleaning right now, so I've got that light on just so I can clean in the coop. The lights, sorry, turn block, that's on. This is the timer. It's upside down. This is the old coop, so this is where I had it originally. And that timer controls this light here. So it's the same deal. And you can turn it on. So that kind of gives them a little light. It comes on, I think, around 5 o'clock. And the sun's kind of passed and lights up their coop. Their red lights, I'll show you in a second. They're on another timer. All the timers are like this, 12 volt. And it comes on around the same time, 5 o'clock in the evening, and it stays on all night. It's not super bright. Red lights are supposed to not interfere with their sleep cycle, but if somebody fell off the roost or something happened, at least there's a little bit of supplementary light there for them to be able to see. So those solar panels I showed you outside go up to a battery up in the loft space. I believe it's 140 amp. So the thing about solar is that it's not about the wattage, it's about the amperage you're using. So I don't have any inverters in here like to go to 120. Last year before we built this addition, like all summer, everything was just run on the solar panel, which also includes the actuator doors. Excuse me, girls. The actuator doors that we have here. So we've got an actuator door here, and I'm going to do a separate video on those there, and then there's one outside. Those are also run on the solar power. So essentially, if the power were to go out, it's not going to affect the lights in here or the opening and closing of the doors, and it's self-sufficient as far as that goes. So yeah, so up to the battery, I mean, that's not really important to illustrate, but I have added additional lights since we did the addition. So those panels just, and we've had a lot of rainy, cloudy weather, so those panels just aren't cutting the onion anymore. So I'm looking at more, like I said, I've had to charge the battery a couple of times. A week of no sun, those panels just can't supply the demand. So if you think about just having, and those lights are off all day, so if you think about just having some 12-volt lights, a couple actuator doors that run for 40 seconds twice a day, there's no possibility of running anything heavy duty like heated waters and that sort of thing. You're looking at thousands of dollars in batteries and solar panels and setup. Maybe there'd be a return on your investment eventually, but I figured it out. It wasn't worth it for us. So come last fall, we were lucky. Our neighbor had a digging machine, so he came down and dug us a trench, and then we just bought the wire and we wired this. So we do have 120 power. I like it. We've got a couple of lights. We've got quite a few plugs, which, sorry, it's messing here. I'm cleaning, for the heated waters. And then we have chicks, so the heated brood plates and things like that. So this is the what they call the controller for the solar panel. So the solar panel, the solar panels are wired into this and up into the battery. So this kind of gives you a check on your voltage, what your voltage is, how your battery's doing, what kind of power is coming in. It also has an outlet. So this is to the battery. This is from the panel. It has an outlet as well that you can run into your power. But what I find is, again, this is a cheaper Canadian Tire. Came with the 100-watt solar panel. It really doesn't have the options. And it was deciding when there wasn't enough power in the battery, and it would just shut off the lights, turn them off. I didn't like it. So I have my battery power directly wired into this panel, this bar. So this is just, you bring your power into your bar and then you can pigtail down. So I've got some pigtails down for negative, and then my positive goes in. I have some pigtails down for my positive, and then that goes to the corresponding timers that I have spread out. So this timer here, this is the one for the red light. So I have it in here. I wish I had a bigger, maybe someday I will have a bigger. So that's the red light there. Oh, sorry, Chloe. So that comes on and that comes on. I've got black tape over that they're both in, all my lights are in like a plastic tube so the birds can't pick at them and they're not getting full of dust. So yeah, that's just their red lights. Like I said, those come on at night. I would have liked to have all my timers in here, but you can see all the wiring. 12 volt wiring is not complicated, but there's a lot of wires all the same. So this is one of the relays for the actuator door. This is the original relay I made for the actuator door. So initially I couldn't find one of those, so I made my own out of car relays. The thing with the actuator doors, I guess I'll talk about those in a different video because they're something else. So yeah, everything, the solar panel, all those little 12-volt timers came off Amazon. So essentially, to run your Coop on solar power, you're going to need a solar panel. You're gonna probably need multiple solar panels. Excuse me, guys. I get them all kicked out because I'm cleaning. And then one of the chicken dogs, she's depressed. Yeah, so I'm planning on putting probably at least 235 watt, and then if I can afford it, I'm gonna put 2 up there so I don't have to worry, because in the summertime you get, this is a south facing, there's the sunshine, this is south facing wall, gets sun all day up to about 5 o'clock in the winter, and then it gets sun until about probably 2:30 p.m. in the winter. So in the winter time, you're really only getting, if you're lucky, you're getting 5 hours of sunshine, good sunshine, but really it's they say it's like 3.5 hours of really good sunshine, and that's it. You know, you've got to get the right angles on your panel to get the best absorption of the sunlight, and so they're not super efficient in the winter. Summertime, I never have a problem. Usually, even if we have a kind of a week of rain, the sun just seems to be strong enough and long enough through the clouds, the fog, whatever, to charge the battery. But this time of year, it's getting kind of poor. Last year with the small Coop, I only had one red light, one interior light, clear light, and then the one actuator door, and I had to charge the battery once. This year with the extra lights, the extra actuator doors, yeah, I've had to charge it a couple of times already this fall. So that's that is not a gas jug, by the way. That is, it says chicken water on it. That is a great way to fill those heated waters. So yeah, if you're looking at solar power, that's also a little solar light there from Princess Auto, but it's got its whole panel. It's a motion light. It's nice at night. Anyway, if you're looking at solar, if you're looking to do like heat pads or heated waters and stuff, you're gonna need a lot of panels and a lot of battery power. It's probably cheaper to do what we did, and I mean, we're 100 feet away from the house. You can still kind of see the trench from last year. Just run yourself 120, and then it's nice to have it there anyway. If that's not an option, some people run extension cords. I wouldn't do that. That's a fire hazard. So you can look into investing in the solar, but I really suggest that you talk to somebody about what you're looking to power. So those little lights are, I think, 0.6 amps a piece. They're on for a few hours. So maybe I'm drawing like, let's say I'm drawing like 7 amps a day, 8 amps a day. And then the extra when the actuator doors go. And after like a week and a half, if I've got yucky weather, these panels can't do enough to charge that battery. So yeah, anyway, if you've got any questions, just post it in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer them. Anything about our setup, if you want links for those timers from Amazon, they're all relatively cheap. I really didn't know anything about solar. I had to do oh honey, I had to do a lot of research. Come on, chicken, you want out? I had to do a lot of research. I really didn't know anything about solar, so and I'm still no expert in solar, but I know enough to be dangerous. All right, thanks for watching.